Hi everyone, so today we're going to be going through 3 hip exercises that you can do to strengthen your hips. This is really great if you've noticed that you're struggling to walk upstairs, you're struggling to get in and out of the car, you're struggling to sit down on the sofa and stand back up. You've probably lost a lot of hip strength, and these exercises are going to be a way to rebuild up that strength so that you can do those daily exercises without discomfort, without struggle, and with confidence. So let's get started. You're going to need a chair, a firm and stable chair. You're also going to need a cushion. So to start off, what I'm going to get you to do is sit up nice and tall. You want your feet firmly grounded on the floor and your knees ideally bent at a right angle degree. If your seat is too high, that may be more. If it's too low, it may be a little bit too challenging for you, so maybe put a cushion underneath your bottom. Additionally, you need to be focusing on whether our knees are dropping in or out. You may have developed glutes compared to your inner thigh muscles and your inner hip muscles, causing you to pull out and sit naturally like this. Alternatively, you may have weak muscles and you may be just dipping in and pulling in towards the center. I want you to focus on bringing those knees directly above your ankles. Okay, we're going to go into our exercise number 1, which is focused on our front hip muscles, our hip flexor area. You're going to sit up nice and tall, place your hands firmly on the ground, on the seat, push your leg forward and hover it above the ground. Now this is step 1. If you're finding this challenging, I want you to focus on this exercise. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, I want you to start by lifting up and down. Point those toes, track that leg in a straight line, up and down. Good. So this is our exercise number 1. And we're going to go over to the other side, lifting that leg up and down, up and down. Try to keep it straight, avoid wobbling. That will just be part of the weakness that you've developed in your hips. Pointing that leg, use those hands to support your posture and rest it there. So that's exercise number 1, focus on your hip flexors. I'd encourage you doing maybe 5 sets, one leg, and then repeating that 2 to 3 times every day and building upon that. Our next exercise is going to be an external movement or a lateral movement where we're going to bring our legs out to the side and then bring them back in, and this is focusing on the outside parts of our glutes and our hips, so our glutes and our abductors. So pulling out to the side, bringing it back in. I want you to push your hands firmly on that chair to support your posture if your posture isn't there yet, if you haven't built up that abdominal strength. Out and in. Otherwise, if you have got that strength, you can always take your hands away and just use your posture if you want to develop that. We're going to be focusing on squeezing out. Squeeze. Squeeze. Good. Now, if you can't do this one because maybe you're finding it too challenging, I want you to do one leg at a time. So you can swap. Really squeezing that leg out to the side. Okay? So that is our exercise number 2 to strengthen up our hips. Our last exercise, our final exercise, is going to be focused on the internal part of our hip area and our leg area. So you're going to grab your cushion and you're going to place it between your knees. You're going to take a deep breath in and you want to make sure that your knees are in line with your hips, just in line with your ankles and your toes, sitting up nice and tall, and squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. Great, we're going to do 5 more in your own time. You may want to hold for 3 seconds whilst you're squeezing and relaxing. And this is a really controlled movement. It's not crazy, it's not in and out, in and out, in and out. It's hold, squeeze, relax. Hold, squeeze, relax. And for our last one, we're going to just hold for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's a fast 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest it there. Great job. So they are your 3 hip strengthening exercises that you can do if you have found that your hips are weak and you just want to get better. And I think everything that we do in our daily life is going to impact that, whether it's sitting for too long because you've been working in an office all your life, or you maybe have retired and you like to sit and watch TV, which is absolutely fine, you deserve it. We do need to move and encourage movement. What happens is when we're sedentary or we're not moving, we're not engaging those muscles, is our muscles shorten and they tighten. They lose their elasticity. they lose their strength, those fibers start to deteriorate. and then that will affect our ability to do daily activities. So it's really important that we move on a regular basis. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you found this beneficial. Please subscribe and check out some of my other videos.